Hey YouTube world, and welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about something a little more serious, a little more in the weeds, but that's why I got the glasses on. Things are serious today. But I was talking to one of my best friends not too long ago, and she was saying that stocks and investments is something that she's always wanted to get into, but never really explored it. And so I said, you know what? Me too. You know, this is something that you talk about occasionally with your friends maybe, but it's not something that you learn about in school. If your family isn't familiar with that type of thing, it's not something that your parents teach you or your grandparents teach you. You know, a lot of times folks like me, you know, we're out here trying to explore and figure these things out on our own, using the research that we can find on the internet and talking to friends, different things like that. So I wanted to do the research for you. I wanted to put together a little bit of something that would be beneficial for all of us, really. So I want to start with this. Why do we even want to do this? Why do we even want to be a part of this world of stocks and investments and bonds and learn about all of this stuff and spend our time doing this? I think the main reason why is because we're tired of always dealing and only dealing with earned income. Earned income is the type of money that we make that we're so used to. Earned income is you clock in every day from 9 to 5 to make someone else's dreams come true. Earned income is you work 40 hours a week to get a paycheck every 2 weeks or every 15th and last day of the month, and that's your only source of income. This, investments and stocks, are what we call passive income. Basically, money that you don't need to do anything for it to come into your pocket. And how does that even work? So one of the main ways to earn passive income is through stocks and investments. That means that you are purchasing a share or a portion of a business, and they pay you as a part of their earnings, as a part of their profit. So why not? And how do they do this? Most companies, or some companies, they will do this in the form of dividends, paid quarterly, so that 4 times a year, their stockholders receive the benefits of the success of their company. So why not? Do you want, random drops of cash to fall into your account 4 times a year? Doesn't sound bad to me. And the good thing about it is, once you own that stock, you own it until you sell it, until you no longer want it. That's the beauty of it all. Now, of course, we have to caveat all of this by saying that we want to be smart about our investments. We want to be wise and do our research about the things that we purchase. But that was one of the big reasons as to why I wanted to talk about this particular topic. Because let's face it, sometimes we can be lazy. Sometimes we think that those things like stocks and investments are out of our reach. But there are tools that we can use that will put those things within our grasp, that can diversify our income. They talk about the average millionaire has about 7 streams of income. This can turn into 1 or 2 or more, depending on how much time and effort you want to put into it. So there are 3 apps that I found that I can easily use on my phone, or if you want to use it on your computer, you can create an account on your computer, that 1, are free or have very little commission or fees associated with actually using them. And they make it easy for us to not have to put in a whole bunch of effort in order to see some type of benefits and be in this new world. So before we dive into that, let's just get a couple things straight. When I said that I wanted to find and categorize these resources as either low cost or free, what I'm mostly speaking to is a commission fee. And what is a commission fee? A commission fee is a fee that is charged by a brokerage firm for you to buy and sell stock. So say I would like to go and purchase stock in company A. That stock is $25. In order for me to do that traditionally, I would go to a brokerage firm and they would charge me a percentage or a flat rate for them to facilitate the process of purchasing and selling that particular stock. So say their brokerage fee is $5. So now that stock, for me to purchase, just one, increases from $25 to $30. I don't always want to pay that. So I put together 3 applications that will either eliminate that or it have a cost of even lower than $5. All right? So the first one is an app that I recently downloaded, and it's called the E-Trade app. You know, everyone is somewhat familiar maybe with the E-Trade commercials. You see them every now and then, but they do have a mobile application that will allow you to easily get into this stocks and investments world. And so when we open up the application, it brings you to this page that brings you to the overview page that basically shows you your account value, the daily gains of your account over the day, and it also shows you what cash you have on hand. So as you see, I have $50.18 in here, and my cash value is $1.66. So as we scroll down, we start to see even more things that will give us news about the stocks that we've decided to invest in, our portfolio news. We get a kind of a recap of the stocks that are moving throughout the day, and then they kind of give you a big overview of the day at the bottom there. The next tab is your actual portfolio. These are the stocks that I have actually purchased. And when you click on one, they give you all these different options to see what you can do with those stocks. The next page is your overall account value. I added $50 to my account and I used that to purchase stocks here and there. So you can see all of that in this page here. The next page is my order page. These are when I actually purchased those stocks. They'll give me a categorization of all of the things that I have purchased so far. So you can see those there. The next slide are my transactions. This is how much those have actually costed me. For example, the Ford one, I bought multiple, there were 2. And then the last page is the documents. The next tab is my watch list. These are all the stocks that I want to pay attention to. And you can add and remove them as you go, but I may not always purchase from there, but I want to keep an eye on it. The next tab is the trade tab. This is where I can actually purchase and sell stocks by simply putting in the quantity that I want and the order type that I want to have. So you can see I can buy, sell short, and different options there as well. The next tab is the market tab. This gives me an overall view of the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P throughout the day. So you can see who's moving in the market, who's the top earners of the day, and all different types of stories and indices that I can learn about later. They have another tab for the calendar that you can view as well that kind of has a breakdown of different things going on in the market, and then the screener view as well where you can apportion out those different things that you want to sort through. The next tab is just basically your menu tab that shows you how you can deposit a check, transfer money, you can connect your account to your bills, and manage your account that way, and you can also view the other options for that as well. So that's basically the E-Trade app. And what I really love about the E-Trade app and why I actually decided to use it, one was because word of mouth. One of my friends was like, hey, this is an app that I use. We can definitely start to use this to get into this world and explore what it's like to buy and sell stocks. But one thing that I really enjoy is the fact that they make it really easy. You know, they make it really easy for me to move funds and pay attention to the stocks that I want to pay attention to. And then you can also easily trade stocks on this account. As you saw on the application, you can easily just go, click in the type, click in the quantity, and make the transaction. Usually the transaction happens within the next day or so from what I've seen, but they made it really simple for you there. You can also get notifications about your stocks and if they're rising, if they're falling, you know, what you should be paying attention to, and kind of help you gauge how you want to manage your own portfolio. The next application that I want to talk about is the Robinhood app. The Robinhood app, you can see here, is very simple to use. You know, you open up the application and it brings you to your first page. As you can see, I have $9.79 in there. And on your first page, it basically shows you all the different things that you have. I only have one stock there, as you can see, from a company called Zanga. And then below that is the watch list that you can view for other stocks to see how they're moving if you're interested in purchasing those. The next tab is about cash management. You can join the wait list for this. I haven't really explored this too much, so we can revisit this later. The next tab is a browse tab where you can search, just like on the E-Trade app, of different stories, who's moving in the stock market today, what are the latest news, all of that stuff. That's been very helpful for me, just exploring what's out there. The next tab is your messages tab. They send you messages, updates on your account, different things like that. And the last tab is the tab where you can basically manage your account. One cool thing about the Robinhood app is that when you sign up, you get a free stock. So that was the stock that you saw on my account. I haven't done anything with it. I haven't sold it or anything like that. I actually don't even really remember how much the value was when I first opened up the account. But as you can see now, it's about a little under $10. And then another cool thing about getting those free stocks and adding to your portfolio is that when you add new people or when you refer friends, you can get more stocks, which is pretty cool. One thing that I really in particular enjoy about the Robinhood app is that they take a keen focus to actually teaching you about the investments that you make, how to manage your portfolio. There are a lot of resources, you know, detailing everything from terminology to how you can manage and grow your stocks based on your expendable income. They give you some articles that you can read through about, you know, say, hey, I'm in my 20s, what do I want to do with these different types of stocks, stuff like that. And then one thing that I do enjoy about this app is that you can trade in real time. So say you're trying to open up or you're trying to buy stock during a trading period in the middle of the day. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you're like, hey, you know, this is something I'm trying to do. I'm on break at work. Let me run and go do this. You can do it in real time and that transaction will happen that day. So the last one that I want to actually highlight is the Acorns app. So the Acorns app is a little bit different from the Robinhood and E-Trade applications because it's more of an investment application. You can invest to save money. You can invest in different companies and different things like that all through this application. There is a fee with the Acorns app. It's $1 a month, which is not bad, nominal fee. But what it allows you to do is connect a debit card that will basically take that excess change that you don't always use in transactions. So when you open the Acorns app, it brings you to your homepage that shows you your investments and your entire account. As you can see, I haven't invested anything in the last 30 days, but it does give you an overview all the way down to how you can get $5 for you, $5 for them if you invite others to participate in the app as well. You click on the settings to the left, you can open up your Acorns investor profile, shows you how you can get your account to be 100%. As you can see there, you can link your card, your debit card for roundups as they call them. If you go to the right, you can do a simulation of what it would be like to deposit a certain amount into your Acorns account. And at the bottom, you can do something what they call monthly reoccurring investments. So you can invest in the account every single month. A really, really cool thing about the Acorns app is earned found money. This is what happens when you shop. If you connect your card to your Acorns account and you shop at any of these retailers, you can get a portion of that into your Acorns account. All right, so this is just a quick overview of a couple apps that I started using to get into this world, to learn a little bit more. You know, if you have comments or questions or anything like that, drop them down in the comments. We can definitely talk about this. You know, this is something that I am exploring, and hopefully in the future I can do an update on the different applications if I add to these three, you know, that I'm using, or how my accounts, how my investments are actually going, you know, and then share yours as well. So in the comments below, definitely list some other applications that you're using or that you're familiar with, so we can begin the conversation there about this. You know, this is an ever evolving topic, a conversation that shouldn't just be limited to the comments. So go out and explore, do a little bit of research. I tried to do a little bit here for you, but you know, this is definitely something that we should continue to talk about. This is something that I'm still learning about. This is something that I'm still talking to my friends about. We're all exploring this to figure out, you know, what makes sense, what's out there, how deep are we willing to go, you know, how much passive income are we willing to invest in so that we can, you know, make that money in our sleep. It's really what it's all about.